Hey guys, and welcome to Empire Deluxe Combined Edition. This game has been around for a while. However, Mark Kincaid of Killer Software, he released a new version of the game a few days ago. I've been messing around with it a little bit to see how it works, see what's different. I used to play it a long time ago, but now with the new version, there is so much you can do. This game is a gem. So you should really try it out. But let's jump right into the game. There's a lot of options here. By the way, this first episode will be episode 0, I think. I'll just go over the starting situation here and see what I did for the map and things like that. If you want to jump straight into the game, just go on to episode 1. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. So Empire Deluxe Combined Edition is the latest version. If you go to Killer Software online, you'll find there's other versions as well of this game. Going back to the original Empire Deluxe, well, the original Empire. And that game, when was that released? I guess it was originally in the 70s, and then they transformed it into a PC game, 80s, and then 90s. And then Mark Kincaid, he picked it up sometime after that in the 2000s, I think. And he released additional changes to the engine, basically, and rewrote it at the same time. So, what we're looking at now is Empire Deluxe Combined Edition. Let's take a look at this here. As you can see, the game is a strategic, combat-oriented game set in a fictional, well, kind of fictional universe. It's random maps. You can create maps that are, representing the Earth as it is now, Europe and, North America, whatever you want. You can play different scenarios. You can also do random maps, and I'm going to do that here. And I have a special random map that I've made. Made a random map, but I'll show you. And you can also play, this game can be played solo, obviously. There's network play. You can play by email. So the game can take a while to play if you play email, I think. But let's jump into the new game here. I'm not going to go into the designing your own maps. I don't think I need to do that. It's pretty self-explanatory how that works. But let's go to the new game, and I'll show you what I've done to come up with a scenario. Now, I haven't played Empire for a while. I used to play it quite a bit, and then I haven't played, and certainly I haven't played with the new stuff. All the new units you can have, new terrain, new rules, all that stuff. So what I did was I created a couple of different maps and checked it out. What does it mean for the different AS and whatnot? And this is what I'm going to go with here. Probably not the best. We'll see if I get run over right away. It's very possible here, actually. So, what you're looking at here is the starting screen. And the game name is going to be War of the Breton Succession. That's a random name. We can name it whatever we want. So, I have myself here. I'm going to be the red player, Time and Tactics. And then we have 5 AI. And I don't think we know the names until the game starts. I wish I could see that here. But so we have blue, yellow, purple, white, and teal, I guess. You can specify here, give them different handicap, so you can have more than one starting city. Well, so the game, if you haven't played before, the game starts you off with one city in this world. It can be a small or big world, and you grow from there. You produce units, and you conquer more cities. You build certain things on the map, and so forth. And that's what I'm going to do here. So I give myself no handicap, so I'm the basic player, basically. We're going to play on the enhanced unit set, so that's every option, basically, every single unit possible. And for the AI, I picked one AI that's going to be a little bit more advanced. He's going to have the enhanced AI versus the expanding AI. I don't know what that actually means in terms of what they're going to do differently, but I think this is the newer form of AI. And also gave him an advantage here in production, the P here, +1, and combat, +1. The other AS, the 4 of them, they get a combat bonus. So hopefully we won't start next to the blue player, meaning that would be the worst possible scenario, but it could be. But anyway, I've taken a few steps to make sure we are going to have a decent start in the game. Decent, I mean we're not going to be right next to each other. What I did was I created a random map, which you can do here. If I go back here, make a different choice, you can pick a random map. In my case, I picked a map already. So I created my random map, and then I saved it. And then I went in and looked at it just briefly to see where the spawn points were. and I modified them a little bit so we wouldn't end up next to each other. So, and I added a few important cities. We'll talk about that when it comes to victory conditions. So right now we're looking at a map that is 150 squares. It's squares, not hexes in this game, by 40. So 150 wide, 40 high. And we have 53 cities on there, so almost 10 each if everybody got the same number. We have 7 spawn points. And since we only have 6 players, there's going to be 1 spawn point not used, so I don't really know where everybody starts. Anyway, the map I created, I'm not super familiar with it, but I might remember a few things here and there. So I have a little bit of an advantage there over the AI. There's also 8 important cities, and I'll show you here. Go to victory conditions. By the way, this game has a lot of options, so don't be scared when you see it. We'll go through it. It's pretty straightforward, actually. Easy to get into the game. But here we have the victory conditions. So right now, I've set it up that in order to win, you have to control 70% of the cities. How did I come up with that? I just picked a number that's less than 100. I don't want to have to be, I have to take every single city, but 70 seems like a good number. And then I have to hold them for 5 turns. So if they come back and take a city, then it doesn't count. I have to start over. Also, on the map, there can be a number of important cities. Our map has 8. And I've said here, you have to hold 5 of those for 5 turns. And then you win. So even if you don't have 70%, you can still win with that. There are other ways to win as well. Annihilation, meaning take out all the other opponents. And a capital kill. Everybody has a capital city. And if you take that for everybody, then the game is over. And then the final one, you have a number of generals on the map. And once they die, they can move around, they can do stuff. But once they die, you lose. So that's what we have for the victory conditions. As far as how the game works, the options here, how do I explain it? The game came out initially, way back when, and it was the basic format. Fewer units, very much fewer types of terrain, things like that. And that was the basic game. Then they added more standard, advanced even more, and then finally enhanced. Enhanced has the most options, so I'm picking that. That's the unit set. And that goes hand in hand then with the game rules. So with the enhanced unit set, I think these are all the defaults. Yeah, you can see here the standard, the advanced, enhanced, that Mark has set up as basic stuff, except for this one. Reveal names for sightings. This way we can see, when individual units attack us, we'll know that it's the 14th army versus just an army, There's a lot of options here. We're going to get into that during the game. I don't want to take a lot of time here. It kind of gets old and stale, a little bit boring to look at this now, but don't worry, we'll go through it. I'm not an expert, but I can get around. I can play the game. What else do we have to do? I don't think there's anything else we should do. Instead, just go ahead and play the game, and that is in episode 1. So I will see you there.